So that thing I started on my main channel was Super Metroid. I guess I'm gonna kind of continue it on with Metroid Zero Mission, um, and the original Metroid, whatever. Yeah. Metroid Zero Mission, the original Metroid, whatever. Zero. There's something added on at the end of Zero Mission that they added on, other than the new items that they put into it. But it's basically a remake of the original Metroid. But uh, Planet Zebes, I call this place home once in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission. What that said, but I'm pretty sure most of you can read. Um, this is also, I also kind of try to go a speed run route or whatever. I mean, to do it quick, just like in Super Metroid. But I'm capable of much faster with when what I get in this, but for 100%. But of course, just like Super Metroid, I sped up this to get it in an hour. But uh, so so this back here, this is the Chozo statues in this game. They download stuff to Samus's suit and tell you to go somewhere or whatever. The items get placed on the map uh, that are on the planet or whatever. I don't know exactly. Something like that. First time Samus really did anything big like this. It's the first game, that worm gives you the charge beam that wasn't in the original Metroid. Pops up out of nowhere or whatever. Yeah, I spent a minute in that room, don't I? uh, I can't remember. I don't think I was using save states. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. I was just like my Super Metroid run. I thought I was trying to do it without save states. So, nah. I mean, I could use this for like, I guess for like speedrun.com, but I want to try and do a better run than this. And there's me struggling with bomb jumps. I had to cut the footage. That was another one. Shows a little statue back there showing you where another item is or whatever. I didn't even get the item that the one told me to go get, tried to guide me to or whatever yet. But I'm not. I'm gonna get it, but not right now. I'm gonna get it later. But it's faster not to get long beam anyways. I mean, it's probably faster for you not to get charge beam even. But, until a certain point, but, those bugs are, waiting for those bugs to destroy those plants is kind of annoying. If you go further into that room, you can get the various suit, but the various suit for some reason doesn't count toward item percentage in this game. I don't know, it's weird. So I didn't get it, but, this bomb jump is much easier on hard mode because there's only one Ripper instead of two or whatever. It's really annoying. I'm probably not even gonna do it or whatever whenever I try doing a 100% run of the game, but 100% speed run, but not what I'm doing, and not what this video is, what I was doing with this video, but this is I decided to show off the original Metroid in this. I didn't mention already, that sound there was I didn't get 100% like I did in Zero Mission, but and I'm just messing around with the settings. I was messing around with the settings or whatever, trying to set up the emulator, the controls, trying to get reduced lag and stuff, and I don't play very many NES games anyways, but I really don't, to be honest, but this is probably like the first time I've beaten the original Metroid, but wow, that'd be funny. The first thing you see whenever you start the game is game over. Obviously, I died numerous times, but I was using save states, but, the annoying part about the original Metroid is that you can't aim diagonally, either left or right. You can't aim diagonally downward, either, up or down. You can't crouch. Am I forgetting anything else? Yeah, that was a bit of a grind spot back there. That you can use to grind for health, but of course you could do that with practically any enemy in this game, except maybe Rippers, but until you get like the screw attack, but and you could destroy them with supers in Zero Mission, but supers don't exist in the original Metroid. But like I said, they added a lot of stuff or whatever in Zero Mission, but things that they probably didn't need to, but a lot of rooms look the same to what rooms are you see in Zero Mission or whatever. A lot of rooms look the same. A lot of items are in the exact same location that they are in the original. A lot of items are in the exact same locations. Some aren't, and obviously there are newer items between the two different games, but that's a picture of a map. In the original Metroid, didn't have map stations or anything, which sucks. There are maps you can download, like, off the internet. That's where I got that map. Like, back then or whatever, because they didn't have map stations, you couldn't view a map in anyway or whatever. I mean, people had a lot harder. I'm pretty sure back then, but not to mention games probably weren't as good, I guess. We didn't have the kind of technology we do now, but I guess in some ways, though, some things I've gone. Sometimes they do weird stuff, and with games nowadays, but that dude sniped me right. Yeah. The thing about those enemies or whatever, they always shoot in the way that you just seen there or whatever. They're stationary enemies, they don't move or anything, but they constantly shoot or whatever, like from the spot that they are or whatever, either left or right, but this is where the various suit is. That's where we're at right now. If you can recognize it or whatever. It counts toward item percentage, I believe, if you get the various suit in the original Metroid. I'm pretty sure, because it's the only suit upgrade, but, I went back up to get the various suit just now. Just because. I think there are heated rooms, so plus the extra defense helps a lot. The footage I had was about 4 hours for this game, and I got it down to like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. Of course, I could have done much better, but with my editing, I could probably. But, I only wanted to have the video about as long as I have it right now. The 100% speed run for Zero Mission was about a couple of hours, but well, it can qualify for a speed run, as I've said before, but it's not the speed run I'm gonna use for speedrun.com. I mean, I guess you could say it's a speed run, but it's not the fastest run by any means. But I'm definitely not gonna use that run anyways. But. Coming back to Zero Mission here. I mean, Zero Mission also has map stations or whatever. I mean, I don't show off the map stations, but they exist. Just well, you'll see it, but I probably won't use it. I don't think, unless I failed the map skip, but I don't remember it later on. But in this run, but that I did, which is not very good, as I've said, but I hadn't gotten very much practice with the map skip at this point, I'm pretty sure, but I also have save rooms, you know, so you can save your game or whatever. Obviously, if you're playing on an emulator, you'll probably have access to save states, so you won't have to use the save rooms, but unless you're trying to do a no-death run without using saves or whatever, you know, so. There is a trick to a much faster way to do the acid worm here, but I didn't really. I wasn't very. I don't remember if I knew it or not. I don't think I did. And the faster way also involves. It's the acid rising up or whatever. I mean, it skips through that, which is pretty good, but I'm a lot better at it than I used to be or whatever. You'll probably see me do it, like, if you watch some of my future runs in the future, but if at the point that I'm recording this or whatever, I mean, I can't get it 100% all the time, but I am a lot better at it now, and at least 50-75% of the time, but maybe, but So you have to go up there or whatever. That one weird thing that I turned to Morph Bowl activated a bunch of this bomb jump's kind of annoying because of that disappearing block, and I swear the timing is different or whatever for bomb jumping or whatever on that, and I don't know, slightly, just like frames, I don't know, the things that I am grabbing onto, that takes me over across, like the room I just went through or whatever, that you have to take to cross the acid pit, unless you're really good at bomb jumping, or you can power rip over it, but I'm pretty sure that's something that a relic, in terms of machinery, whatever the I'm trying to say. Uh, Chozo left behind on the planet or whatever, but and it still works apparently. um, I mean, obviously, it would make sense because the suit that Samus is using was also made by the Chozo, but obviously that still works, but they gave it to her originally or whatever, like before they died out, but whatever. So this is Kraid. Should I say he's harder than Super Metroid Kraid? I mean, you can get supers before Kraid, but I make it really easy or whatever to do. Yeah, yeah, I suppose he isn't harder than Super Metroid Kraid. I think Super Metroid Kraid's actually harder in this Kraid, but what the hell is going on here? So if you don't know who that is, it's Ridley. He's um has a bit of a Samus and Ridley have a bit of a backstory or whatever. I think it's more in the manga that you've like know this or whatever, but Samus and Ridley have known each other for Samus was a baby originally or whatever. Ridley killed her parents, but they may have been members of the Galactic Federation. I'm not sure, but she wound up running into. She somehow found her way to planet Zebes. I guess a Chozo wound up taking her in at some point, but she grew up Zebes, whatever, on this planet that we're messing around here on. They kind of gave her the suit, and I think they trained her too, and they even infused they even mixed their blood with hers. But and so basically she's got Chozo blood in her somehow. I don't know how that works, but mixing blood and others, I don't know. It's weird, but unknown item. That item is we can't really use that item yet. We'll be able to later, and with our suit here, that super, Unless you can like bomb jump up that or whatever, or wall jump. I mean, I think you can bomb jump up there quickly, and I maybe I don't know. It'd probably be better for you just to wall jump up there. If you can't wall jump, then probably don't try to go for that. Shine Spark. If you have the speed booster, I mean, get that super missile or whatever. You're not even supposed to have them right now, I guess, but you can. I mean, they probably intend for you to be able to get it the way they designed the game, but that item we picked up back there is the power grip. This is the only game that the power grip is an actual item. It was in Fusion. It was Samus had the item on her, and she never really picked it up. She had it at the very beginning of it, but the physics of physics too. I mean, that was a lot different, but compared to this game's or whatever, this game's feels a lot more like Super Metroids. You couldn't even wall jump right, practically, but that Dragoon, I think it's called, it caught me there. I believe these enemies in here, the purple and the... They look like zoomers on fire. The purple and the yellow enemy... They look like they're on fire. Those are called Novas, I think. But getting that super will allow you to get this super in here, and if you bomb jump like at a certain point in at the upper part of it, on the right side of that bombable bomb chain or whatever, the bottom platform won't bomb out because of the way bomb chains work in this game or whatever. That's another way you can get that super. You can do a shine spark like I did, or just or jump at a specific time before all of the blocks disappear after you bomb jump back there. The various suits you originally, if you get it or whatever, you won't get hurt in rooms like that. And since I didn't get it, well, obviously I was, so. I guess you can call that the of Zero mission, but I have a lot of energy tanks, so it's pretty easy. I think I've done it with an energy tank or whatever, with save states, but before, but getting through that room, but I don't remember if I could do this room the same way, because you're going back. I think you would need two, but I don't remember. Back through the room, in that second room there, that second heated room, but the other item, the screw attack, that is even better than the pseudo screw attack, which the charge beam gives you. Unless you're talking about other M, I guess. It pretty much insta-kills most enemies. In Super Metroid, it's practically every enemy, but, that isn't certain bosses, but, you're not supposed to know that you can get that or whatever. But if you know it's there, you can get it or whatever. That's probably not how you're intended to get it your first time, maybe. But if you figure out that you can blow those up with missiles, I guess you can. But The other item I got back there was a wave beam. It you can it enables your beam to be able to shoot through multiple objects or whatever at once or whatever. You have the long beam; it goes straight through them all or whatever, unless they take multiple hits with a wave beam at once. But the other beam I got way back was the ice beam. We kind of actually need the ice beam to complete the game, but it freezes. Well, actually, I don't think I got it yet. We'll be getting that. It freezes enemies, obviously, but so this is where you're probably supposed to get the super missiles. Fighting this guy. And after you blow his ass off, he'll run into that, and yeah, we'll get those supers. Ridley's Ridley's hideout's theme sounds so weird in this version's of Ridley's hideout. Zero Emissions Ridley's hideout theme or whatever. It sounds so weird. That's not the map skip I'm talking about. This one here, but you can skip it. It's a lot easier than the other one, but I mean, I guess if you're doing this or whatever, unless you do this one other trick, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you can skip it or whatever if you do a well-timed jump through the room and getting through those blocks, doing a shine spark. You have to do a shine spark to do that, but to get into that little area back there, but these missile tanks are probably some of the hardest to get in the game. The ones that are in Ridley's area or whatever. This one's kind of annoying. You have to shoot a missile like at the specific time or whatever on that second set of blocks there. After you blow them all up with wave beam or whatever. I think you kind of have to have wave beam if you want to get this item here. But not if you want to complete the game without every item, but I mean, with a certain... If you just want to go through the game, you don't exactly need it, but if you want to get all items, though, going through it, you need it. But if you do it... If you want to get that item, you need it, but and it's probably not a good idea if you're going to do it fast, but to get those items over there. But the one before that, it's a lot easier if you have space jump. It's an item later on. We actually already picked up the space jump, but I think that item there was the gravity suit we picked up, and the other one we picked up was the plasma beam. But if you're familiar with Super Metroid and stuff, yeah, Ridley is probably the easiest he's ever been in any Metroid game in this game, but He does find his way back somehow in in most Metroid games, but, he somehow doesn't die, or comes back in some way, I don't know, some weird way, but, and Kraid seemed to do that, like in Super Metroid as well, but, nah. But that's the only other game he's in, really, but, at the Shine Spark, but I bonked into that side of... I didn't Shine Spark in the right place or whatever. This is where the Ice Beam is. That Chozo statue there, Ross, will tell you where another item is. I think it tells you either the screw attack or the wave beam. Where the wave beam or the screw attack is, I don't remember, but, yeah, every time you go up that elevator, Mother Brain opens up her eye and... yeah, no. Obviously, I'm just editing this stuff, weird stuff in, but, that doesn't actually happen every time. It was just that one time, but, the first time that we seen that down that, so back to the original Metroid here, yeah, the first room with enemies or whatever it Ridley's had out, you wind up dying again. I guess you know what I was trying to say there, but I come over here because I'm trying to get an energy tank, I remember, and I have to do that in order to get up there, which is meh, and I did all that save states, but and you fall down that just like in Zero Mission, obviously. This game, Zero Mission's a remake of Metroid with stuff added to it, but the original Metroid, but original Metroid was made in 1986, 1988. Zero Mission was made in 2004, but the way Metroid Zero Mission came out at the same time that Metroid Prime 2 came out. Metroid Prime came out at the same time as Metroid Fusion, so, and then right after that, they just seem to start coming out with remakes, so maybe they're not gonna make a new Metroid 5, and just continue making Prime games, which is weird, but, which still has the same main character and stuff, but, unless you're talking about Federation Force, but, I'm not even sure if that qualifies as a Prime game. Not sure if... I haven't played it, but I kind of know what it's about, kind of, but... Hunters, I mean... Nothing really happens in Federation Force. Nothing important, to be honest. Hunters... Except other than this one weird character from Prime Hunters or whatever, stealing a Metroid, maybe, but, Hunters, Metroid Prime Hunters, I'm not even sure if I would count that as a Prime game or whatever. I guess it makes sense why they would call it Metroid Prime Hunters, though, because... well, technically I guess it kind of doesn't, because none of them actually go up against Metroid Prime, but... which is weird, but, And for the Metroid to be called Metroid, there obviously has to be Metroids in it. For Metroid Prime to be called Metroid Prime, it would make sense for Metroid Prime to be in it in some way, but it's like Metroid, but right? I mean, Federation Force didn't have that, or Metroid Prime... I mean, Metroid Prime Hunters didn't have that, so what? Why did they call it... I don't know. So this is Ridley right here. He's actually probably the easiest boss in this game, I guess, because you can just do this right here. Over and over and over and over again until he finally dies after about a bazillion hits. You gotta destroy that with missiles. So you need at least 10 after you beat him or whatever inside that room. You beat him or whatever. I think he respawns if you exit the room, I don't remember. Which is weird, but that wouldn't really make sense. I don't think he... Was that right? I don't even remember. They definitely don't in Zero Mission, I know that, but, I think they don't because of the boss room or whatever that I... Did I show that off in Zero Mission? I don't know. You'll see it. The boss statue room, I mean, in theory, if Metroid Prime 4 comes out, Metroid Prime has got to be in it in some way, right? Oh, God. For it to make sense why they called it that, but... the no. Oh, okay. I remember. I thought I accidentally did something weird whenever I made this footage so I can record over it and so I can talk over it, but yeah, this is probably the best music in this game. I think I like it better than Zero Mission's Kraid, but did I make it too slow, or I don't know. I mean, you have an idea how all this stuff sounds anyways, but... And I'm just speeding it up to save time, but, because the footage was, like, originally 4 hours, and I cut a bunch of stuff out, but I sped up a bunch of other stuff. It would probably be original. All in all, this thing would probably be about 2-3 hours altogether, but if I didn't speed any of this up at specific times from what they originally were, multiplied in specific times from what they originally were, but I go this way because I thought that was where you needed to go to get to Kraid, but it's different in the original Metroid, and you have to go a completely different way, which is, I don't know. That part's a little weird. Where we exited, in Zero Mission is where we actually have to go to get to Kraid, but, pretty much, but, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to bomb jump over that, thinking that's where I had to go. But I just... Then I thought it wouldn't make sense for them to make you do that or whatever. I didn't think you can bomb jump really in Metroid 1. I don't remember if you can, but... But this is where you're supposed to go. I guess getting another energy tank too was nice there. Back in Ridley, the reason why I went that one direction is to get an energy tank. In that one room, I had to freeze those enemies using save states and stuff. Being at like 2 health right whenever I first came down into Ridley, but before I fought the boss. But getting an energy tank refills all your health to full or whatever, other than increasing your capacity to increasing your capacity by 100. Yeah, if nobody's ever seen this game, I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting Kraid to be that small compared to Super Metroid and Zero Mission's Kraid. And apparently Kraid, from beating him in his original Metroid, I mean, him originally in original Metroid, got off and became Big Kraid. I don't know. I guess that's another reason why I made... I don't know. I guess it makes sense since why I put that in there in another way, I guess, because he's not as big as he was. I don't know. Because they make him so big in Zero Mission and Super Metroid, but I don't know. And because I'm this low on health, I come in here to get another energy tank. You have to do that in a certain way, freeze that enemy, and freeze it at a point where it's long enough so you can get into this area. This area where the energy tank is, if you don't want to get hit, but, yeah. That's probably almost force damage there, I guess, if you don't have the ice beam, but yeah, every time you go into this room, there's a warm boss. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're supposed to have long beam originally, unless you don't come try and do that or whatever this late, or just go the way that I did in this or whatever. You're not supposed to know you can do that, but I the blocks I blew up there or whatever, which can be destroyed with regular beam shots, but when I destroyed it there, you know, that's what I destroyed it with, but and we had to beat Kraid and Ridley in order to get to the final area. Because that boss statue blocks us from getting into this area, but I actually think getting this shine spark here is a bit slower than what it could be, but I don't know why I always go for it though, but yeah. Stupid Rinka. Yeah, I get hit a lot here from these Metroid. God, I'm definitely not this bad now. Especially with what you're going to see me do in the future, but well, speedrun wise, but well, I guess it still kind of would be bad because I guess 45 minutes is kind of not that. I mean, for this game, I guess it's fast, but in terms of your time, I guess it's slow, but whatever. You'll see a run that I do on hard mode pretty soon. The Metroids are actually placed completely differently in hard mode, but and I even with further with the I didn't just go through hard mode. Let me just you'll see if you see it, but what I mean by that, but yeah, I was in that lava quite a while there. There are 3 types of little obstacles like lava or whatever. Lava for one, acid, and there's one later that we'll see. I don't exactly know what you would call it. Radioactive waste? I don't know. What you would call it. Failed that shine spark. He's back already. right before the, I mean, right at the, right during a time sequence before this place blows up. That we just exited, but slowly working my way up. And in this game, you have to beat, because it's Zero Mission is a remake from the, I mean, of the original Metroid with other stuff added or whatever. Uh, you're required to kill Ridley and Kraid before, I mean, to get into this area, but obviously, if you don't already know, these are the Metroids. Yeah, I spent a good minute in this room because I was dumb and thought I didn't think I could destroy that with missiles. I don't know, they made that orange, which, I don't know. At the Metroid one, I mean, the one in, I mean, after every big boss, like Ridley and Kraid, you know, those were purple, these are red. The red ones take 5, the purple ones take 10, and that was orange. I don't know why they made it orange. Did it take 10? I don't remember. Yeah, I think the frame rate was about this slow for me whenever I was recording. So I think it is lagging out here, but I don't know why I didn't speed it up like a little bit, but whatever. I think this room normally requires a little more performance if you're playing with it, but unless you don't have a really powerful PC than the other rooms, but mine's decent, I guess, but I don't remember why this was muted. Did I this part here. I don't know if the game mysteriously did that or if I did it for some reason. I don't know. And Mother Brain doesn't die that quickly. I cut um a lot of stuff out there, but um and that's it. Game over. If you die in Zero Mission, you kind of already knew. Or is it? That it was a girl, but back then, she was a person you were playing as was a girl. But back then, you wouldn't really know that until the end of the game, or if you knew a cheat code, which you probably wouldn't know the first time you play it. But I think I cut that last. Go get 'em, boys! That didn't happen. I cut that last part in because I was having an issue where the ending credits or whatever for the original Metroid, but the timing of my escape couldn't have been worse. I was attacked by space pirates and left nearly defenseless. Stripped of my powers, so all I had for protection was my rather useless immersion. The trade of space pirate mothership may have been foolish, but I had no choice. Could I survive long enough to escape? Not charging pistol. Well, I guess Mother Brain still, I don't know. So yeah, this is what they, at the end, they add this section and we'll be able to get our suit back in a minute, but, I guess somebody is watching us or somebody, I don't know. Apparently. Yeah, I did get the map skip. The music in the previous room before this, well, before the map station, I guess in here too or whatever, it's probably the best music in this game or whatever, I guess, but it's, for you to really hear it or whatever, you have to get perfect stealth. What I mean by that is not get caught by the space pirates at all. So you're probably more likely not going to hear it in this game, but, the first time you go through this, but, I don't know why I jumped over that. You could actually, shoot that big thing in that room with your emergency pistol. That's what Samus uses if she doesn't have her suit, but and just her. Well, she does have a suit, I guess, but it's not the suit that's. It's not her power suit or anything better, but no. And she can't really do anything else without her power suit. For some reason, it has this weird hidden ability to like destroy like bomb blocks. I don't know. You can only stun these space pirates. I'm assuming that you can. I mean, assuming that it can kill like zoomers and stuff, or a lot of the weaker enemies or whatever. I mean, it's basically useless, but power bombs. Wait, where'd they go? And apparently that space pirate took it. What the hell are you doing with power bombs anyways? This room and the room, I think it's just this room that music plays there, but you'll probably won't hear it unless you're being really slow in that room, but it's the only room it plays in. I guess Alvin and the Chickmunks are joining in here. For some weird reason to hum that. I don't know. So this looks Egyptian, clearly. And Samus makes her way all the way over here. Apparently the space pirates somehow got to this area, but I don't know what. I guess they couldn't with the, Charlie here, that's what a lot of speedrunners call it, but, that boss, but, for beating it, going through that sequence, Samus gets her suit back, and it gets an upgrade or whatever from what she originally had or whatever. It gives her the plasma, the gravity, and space jump, which is pretty much an infinite jump. Plasma beam makes her beam like 2 to 3 times stronger, and it goes through enemies or whatever, multiple enemies at once. But it doesn't go through walls like the wave beam. It's a lot stronger in the wave beam, and the gravity suit pretty much makes it where you can go through water and lava without any issues with gravity. Gravity is normal, makes gravity normal in certain areas. It also makes you invincible to lava, but and you actually get a bit of a defense increase or whatever from the I guess we stole a mysterious entity's power bomb. hidden power bomb block there. Completely forgot what I was saying before that. Give me a second. Yeah, a defense increase from the zero suit, which was what that blue suit we had or whatever, like at the start of this session or whatever. This game was the first time the zero suit was actually introduced. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Or it might have been Hunters. I don't remember when Hunters and Zero Mission. I don't remember when Hunters came out. But I missed the spark there. And pretty much, probably for the next 20 minutes or whatever, I'm just collecting items or whatever, so I can get 100% item completion, but, failed that. Of course I do, I really do the end segment or whatever really bad or whatever in terms of speed run standards, but for 100% or whatever, I mean, there's a lot better of a path, but this is really not what the kind of path or whatever speedrunners go or whatever. It's slightly different, but from what I'm doing here, but and we just stole Mother Brain's power bomb. We it was just this small area that was really destroyed during that time sequence or whatever. Of course, Super Metroid wouldn't exist if the planet would exploded or whatever, but in Zero Mission or the original Metroid, but that one room in the Mother Brain room, that was the room I was talking about that had like radioactive waste in it. I don't know. What it is exactly. It makes sense that the stuff in Warfare is lava, obviously. wall spark's pretty nice to get. Not even sure going that way is faster than the other. I don't know. There are two paths that speedrunners go, and I'm pretty. I don't know. Doesn't seem one way doesn't even seem like it's much faster, but I don't know. Like I said, I still have to. I'm saving 100% for last, but whenever I finally get it off, but get off a run for 100%, but yeah, that shine spark can be annoying for that energy tank. Wow, killed the final boss that quick. Wow. If you do a 100% run or whatever, the final boss gets a buff. He takes more hits to kill and he does more damage, I'm pretty sure. If you get anything below 100%, then he takes about the same amount of hits to kill, but any more, I mean, if you actually get 100%, you know, he gets that buff, but like he only takes 4 supers without his that glass blocking his weak point, but like here he takes almost 15, I think, but 15 or 20, I don't remember. This is a bit of a trash mecha fight, but I'm still kind of bad at it even, but in terms of doing it fast, but this Shining Spark saves a lot of time, and it's better to have the speed booster and the high jump in order to get it than it is not to have those items. I think I tried going for the cheese there, but I failed it, of course. I'm better at doing it now, but... I guess Mecha sent that space pirate. Guess Mecha's not dead yet, Yen. I know they already feel tired. That is really weird. Meanwhile, on planet Zabbis. And Mother Brain is still alive after all that. Yeah, no. I don't even know why I didn't cut that out, but... So at the very end of the credits, this kind of shows up. That Chozo... I mean, they kind of show the same... Before Charlie or whatever, there was a Chozo that was shown in the cutscene or whatever. That Chozo's known as Old Bird, and this is apparently a weird drawing that Samus made or whatever whenever she was really young. The person she's holding hands with or whatever is Old Bird, but that's what they call him at least. This is a really crap time in terms of speed run times but I got an hour and 30 minutes, you know. It's the requirement for these 100%, the fast 100% ending for Zero Mission, but... And I suppose after all that, I'm finally done with this.